Welcome back for our last PowerPoint for the P10 module. Page 11, main factors of TIG welding. It's pretty straightforward stuff. DCEN for steel and stainless. Alternating current, high frequency for aluminum. Page 11 and 12, electrode stick out extends 1 to 2 electrode diameters. Gas lens can increase your stick out to get more gas coverage. Your arc length is usually 1.5 times the electrode diameter. Torch angle is recommended 70 to 75 degrees from the work surface. Filler rod angle is generally 15 to 20 degrees. Gas cup is recommended to be 3 times larger than the electrode. Shielding gas flow rates are usually 15 to 20 CFH. And welder comfort, always be comfortable. The more comfortable you are, the better your weld will look. There we have torch angle and filler rod angle. Quick little summary here. Stick out is on the test, so make sure you take these notes down as you're going along. Welding stainless steel, filler rods are classified according to composition. For 316 material, you would require a 316 filler rod. DCEN, electrode negative, is most commonly used. And you could use alternating current for very thin stainless, but it's more common just to stick with electrode negative. The introduction of pulsed welding is a good option for welding thin stainlesses on electrode negative with pulse. Page 4, 2% thoriated is used with a conical end. Currents are lower than they would be for mild steel so that you do not overheat the chromium in the material, which could result in carbide precipitation. For cleanliness, it's said the 3 C's, clean, clean, and clean, should always be thought of. If the material gets dirty, it gets really hard to weld. Oxides from interpasses will slow down welding and make things much harder than they have to be. Using solar flux is a paste that helps protect the backside of joints that are too big to purge. Type B solar flux is designed for stainless steels and is better mixed with alcohol solutions so that a chemical reaction can happen. Solar flux will lose effectiveness after 1 pass, and it must be dry before welding. So if you're doing multi-pass welding, you would do 1 pass, and then you would have to clean the backside, wire wheel it, and apply another layer of solar flux. Purging is pretty common. It is the use of an inert gas to protect the backside of a weld. Purging is most important for the root pass. Short sections of pipe can be capped off, but there must be a vent hole so that the gas doesn't build up and blow out of the weld joint where you're trying to place the root. Common defects are distortion and carbide precipitation. Carbide precipitation is a loss of chromium in the weld from too much heat input. And then with this, you lose your corrosion resistance properties in the weld. Here is a diagram of a pipe purge setup. We'll be doing this stuff in the shop. We have integrated it into the B-level program. This is nickel pipe. It has had incomplete shielding of the root. So sometimes this is referred to as sugaring, but this is something we will identify in the shop as well. Here's a summary on stainless. Moving on to aluminum. Filler rods are classified according to chemical composition, and they are prone to bending. Most are stiffened to keep their shape, which is identified by an F temper. F means as fabricated. Small rods can be color coded for identification. Most of these have a stamp in it to tell you exactly what they are. Moving on, alternating current high frequency is done with preferably a zirconiated tungsten that has a bald end. Argon is widely used for shielding. The oxide film on the material must be pre-cleaned for welding. If files are being used, ordinary files tend to get loaded with shavings. You can coat that file with soapstone to reduce that, or get a file that has wider grips in between it. If acid cleaners are used on dirty parts, those parts must be rinsed with distilled water for safety reasons, obviously. A common defect is hot shortness, which is a loss of plasticity near the melting temperature, and this usually results in cracking. To control hot shortness, try and control weld metal composition, and you can reduce heat input by welding faster. A side note here that comes up on your test is that a Class D fire extinguisher is used for magnesium fires. Magnesium can combust in its dust form. Here's the summary. This is the last slide for the P10 module, and the test is 72 questions.